Hello guys, PXCam here, back in with a brand new video. We are here for some daily race C action around Sardinia Road Track B in the Group 2 cars. And I have to tell you guys, this has been a very wacky race. You can see we are starting off in 13th place in our EMEA account with a 111.090. So not the best time. I know I could have gotten it up to a 110, low 110, but unfortunately I just didn't have enough time to put in a good qualifier lap. So this is the position we're going to start off in. So we got our 3, 2, 1, away we go as we fast forward our way down the straight for the first time. Heading into turn number 1, we spot our braking point right before the 100-meter board. Make sure we don't go into the back of the German of go out of my way in 12th. And we're able to navigate nice and easy, no incidents, and just find our way behind this 3-wide situation for 9th place. But heading to the left-hander, we get a little bit squirrely here as there's a car that spins out, almost takes us out, and we gain 2 positions there, go up from P13 to P11, and just counting our blessings here because we almost got taken out by the spinning Nissan GT3 or GTR on the right-hand side. So 2 positions up, we head into the hairpin for the first time as we still see a couple more cars just losing in, heading straight into the shadow realm. And that is another 2 free positions as not sure exactly what is going on in this first lap. It just looks like cars just want to take themselves out left and right. And somehow we have found ourselves at the end of lap number 1 in 9th place, 4 positions up. And we really didn't do anything fancy here. We just stayed in our lane, just rode around the track, didn't fight for any overtakes, and again we are up 4 positions. So a very great start on our end. I'm really looking forward to the rest of the race now because we are on the soft compound tires, and my suspicion is that a lot of these guys are running the medium, as that's usually the fastest strategy around this race. But we got a little bit distracted in the beginning of the race. I forgot to switch off from the softs to the mediums, so we're just gonna have to do everything in our power to abuse these softs, make sure that we can put in as quick of a lap time as we can and get around these guys as fast as possible, because we do not want to lose that much time now as we head into the final part of lap number 2. So into this tricky left corner, which is the final corner, we are able to get another position here, as it looks like the Spaniard right behind us had a little bit of difficulty with someone and ended up spinning out. So again, another free position as we are now up into P8 and spotting our sights now on the German in 7th place. So heading into turn number 1, things are getting a little bit clogged up here as there's a little bit of fighting going on for the P4 up ahead, and all that's doing is just backing everybody up. So this is kind of a difficult point in the race because we have a faster car right now, we have faster pace, but we just have to be very patient with our moves but still be aggressive because we don't want to wait too long. We don't want to lose all the stickiness that we have with this tire, and we just want to put in as quick of a lap time as we can, because you can see that on the radar and on the map up on the top right, the leader is pulling away, and that's just going to be really bad for us to try to go for the win here. But heading to the hairpin, we make a move on the outside of the German. We just make the overtake easily. He gives us a position, so good on him. Was thinking about the bigger picture and about the total race time. And now we set our sights on the Spaniard of Alex in 6th place. And heading into turn number 1, we just take normal racing lines. He takes a defensive racing line, but off of the corner, you can see the difference in pace right there as we were able to just easily get onto the throttle. And heading into this long left-hander, Alex just misses his braking point, goes sliding out wide, and we are able to overtake him now for the 6th place position. And we focus our sights on the Italian and the Spaniard up in 4th place. So already 4 laps into this race, and we have made up about 7 positions. So everything has just been working perfectly for us. No major mistakes, although we have been stuck behind some guys. It still could have been a lot worse, especially because we could have easily been taken out a couple times in this race. But luckily for us, we are right now in 6th. We have 2 cars right ahead of us, and I see what I wanted to see this entire race as the Spaniard gets pushed out wide by the Italian, and that is free air as we make an overtake on the Italian or the Spaniard into the final corner, and now we are up into P5. So the Spaniard decides to come in, and to my suspicion, like I said, he was on the medium, so he came in, switched off his compound, and he was going to switch off to the softs. And that just puts us in an interesting situation here, as we are now right behind the Italian, fighting for 4th place position. And this is not where I want to be at. We do have still a lot of grip left in this compound, or on these tires, but you can see that we're just a lot quicker than the Italian, and I just could not find a good position to make an overtake on him. I was going left, right, every which way before some of these corners, try to outbrake him, and I just could not find an open gap to get around him. So it's getting a little bit frustrating here as we overtake a couple more people that came into the pits. And I know I'm quicker than him. I know I could get around him, but it's just his defending was just so good. I just could not find the spot to do it. So it was just starting to get a little bit frustrating for me. But I had to keep my cool. Didn't want to get too over-tempered, as I could have easily accidentally bumped him out of the way, and that would have not been good, as we wanted to get around him nice and clean. But into this long sweeping right-hander, we just tried to get a wide entrance in so we can get a good exit and gain top end speed compared to him to try to make a maneuver into the hairpin. But as we stay in the solution right here, we go into the inside, try to look for an overtake, go straight into the left hand side, try to go for the outside move, but he just is able to cover us there, and he was able to hold off that 2nd position as we now head back into the final corner. So onto lap number 7, leading us into lap number 8. We just could not get around him, but this was going to probably be our best opportunity here as we get a really good run down on the straight. We attempt to go to the left hand side, try to go for a cutback and try to sell him a dummy. Go into the inside, try to brake as late as we can, side by side, but off of the corner I just get onto the throttle a tad bit too powerful, and we just lose the back end. And unfortunate for the Frenchman right behind us, he just had nowhere to go except for a rear, and he actually lost about a second from us. So I felt really bad for the Frenchman, but it was my mistake. Just got on the power a tad bit too strong, and just lost the rear end. So you can see 1st place and 2nd place, both the Italians and the Frenchman right behind, decide to come in. And to my surprise, they were actually on the soft compound tires. So I was not expecting that. I was expecting both of them to be on the mediums. But hey, it's hard to tell with these races, because everyone is just running on different paces. And we now come in here. We're gonna switch off from our softs to the medium, and we're gonna see what the damage is here, because once we come out, we're gonna find our true place for this race. So coming out of the pits here, we go all the way to the left hand side. We lose 5th place, we lose 6th place, and it looks like we just settle in right here in 7th, right ahead of the Frenchman now, as it was the Spaniard. But not sure what happened to him, but we are here in 7th place with 4 laps to go. Can we abuse these mediums to try to get around 6th and 5th and come home with a top 5 position finish here, as we now settle our way through the middle part of the lap? So it was going to be a little bit difficult, because I do know that the Italian is on the mediums, but I'm not sure where the 6th place driver, what compound he's in. So if he was on the softs, then it might be to our benefit here, because his softs must be at least 3 laps, 4 laps old. So they are starting to wear out here. But if he's on the mediums, then it might be a little bit difficult, because we're all going to have basically the same tire wear. It's because 1 lap on the mediums is really not that big of a difference compared to 1 lap on the soft. So so we head into the final part, or the 3rd sector here of the lap here. We are just riding right behind these two, and just kind of just seeing where we are gaining time, seeing what's going to happen here, as the Russian just gets very impatient here and tries to go for an overtake on the Italian. But in doing so, he makes contact with his rear, and he accidentally just to demolish his chances of getting that 5th place position. Gets a really bad exit, and we were able to make the overtake now as we set our sights on the Italian once again. So take a little peek onto the inside, but don't go for the move, because it's just too optimistic. It was we were way too far back, but we just wanted to kind of scare him there, kind of show him that we were there for the taking if he does make a mistake. But we have 2 laps now to try to do what we couldn't do earlier in the race, and get around this Italian and get that 5th place position, so that we can come home with at least the top 5. So if anything, I'm really proud of where we started off at and where we're at now, because again, we start off in 13th position, very difficult track to overtake, and to be fighting up here for top 5, I'm not going to be that disappointed, but I still want to get it. So we try to make a move onto the outside of the Italian, but we just make contact with his rear as he just goes for a defensive move onto the inside, and we just attempt to look around here to see where we can find a weakness just anywhere as we come out of the final corner and lead us back onto the main straight. So we only have 2 laps left as the clock is ticking, time is running low, and not only that, cars behind us are really starting to catch up to us. So it's either now or never as we attempt to go to the outside once again, make a little bit of contact with the Italian. The Italian just squeezes us out right on the exit, and that costed us a position. And now I'm a little annoyed by this because we raced him cleanly. We went on the outside, and he just pushed us out on the exit, and it's just not what I was expecting from him. I thought we were going to be able to race cleanly, but just got squeezed out, and now we lost position here to the Russian. So I now have to work my way around the Russian again, and we only have a lap and a half, so it's going to be a little bit difficult now as we are starting to get pressured by the German right behind us. And we attempt to look onto the inside into the hairpin, just could not complete the pass, fall right back in line, and fall back into 7th place. So I think the 5th place is out of the question here now. We're just going to try to do everything in our power to try to get that 6th place position, as the Italian is now starting to pull away here as we head into now. It is going to be the final lap. So top 4, very, very far away from us. You can see the huge gap that is from P4 to P5. And now we're starting to get pressure from behind by the German on the ride bridge. And as we head into the first corner, we brake as early as we can to avoid going wide into the first corner. But the German just had too much grip going into that corner. He was able to easily just make the maneuver on the outside. And now this battle for 5th place has just gone from bad to worse, as we are now demoted back into 8th place. And we are now focusing on this fight between the Italian and the Russian, as both of them made contact. It looked like the Italian pushed out the Russian a little bit there, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Russian goes for a retaliation on the Italian. But he's now starting to get pressured by the Germans, so it's getting very, very dicey here as we head into the hairpin. We take a little peek onto the inside now as we get a little bit of contact from the Spaniard, and it's now turned into a 4-car battle for 6th place position as the Italians are starting to run away with the 5th place position here. And heading to the left-hander, we just make contact with the German, make more contact with the German as we just try to find any which way to get control back into the race or into our car. And we run a little bit wide off of the exit, but I did feel really bad for that move on the German, so I just kind of looked behind us to make sure that he was the only car behind, slowed down, let him get the position, and we finished this race off in 8th place. Now, you guys are probably questioning, why did I let the German through? Well, it was because if you guys go back on early in the video, I made contact with him, pushed him out wide, and then on top of that, we made contact. I went in front of him, accidentally just blocked him out, and it was just, in my opinion, which is a very dirty move. Didn't want to get the overtake done that way, so I just decided to slow down the straight, give him back the position, and he actually thanked me after the race, and we're good, and we're fine. But we were able to gain 5 positions here as we did finish in 8th place. So from 13th all the way up to 8th. I wish we could have gone that top 5, but there's a lot of things that I wish I could have done differently on this race. But let me know how you guys are doing here for this week. I know a lot of you guys have been enjoying this week. It's been a really good combination, this one and Daily Race B, and I believe Daily Race A as well, but you already know me, I hardly touch that. But yeah, let me know how you guys have been doing in the comments down below. And if you guys want to follow me on the Twitters, Instagram, or even on Discord, you can find all those links in the description down below. And since you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, I hope to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.